Hari Om. Understanding and embracing Shani. Saturn is the most talked about and feared planet because of its constant presence in our lives and also the unstoppable discussions around it. Be it the 2.5 years or the Dhaya as we call it, Sade Sati or the 7.5 years of Saturn, or its 19 years of Mahadasha. And not to speak of the sub, and the sub periods. Mostly, the blame of every misfortune is squarely placed on Shani or Saturn. And ignoring the condition of all the other 8 planets that have an equal role in influencing the events of our lives. Do you know that in the Roman mythology, Saturn is named after a Roman god of wealth and agriculture? Its astrological symbol represents the god's own sickle. It is the Romans who named the 7th day of the week as Saturn around the 2nd century. On the other hand, in Hindu mythology, Saturn is described as thin, tall, bent, dark, aging, and traditional in thinking, with very little tolerance. It is thus described because Saturn is experienced. It understands the ups and downs of destiny or prarabdha and gets impatient because we refuse to understand what he wants us to learn or to better our destiny in the here and the now. Most importantly, Saturn, based on its many experiences, is the greatest teacher. It wants and is poised to teach us by its placement in our horoscope. And if we learn, he is a very compassionate teacher and he eases the journey greatly. But unfortunately, most of us do not get past our fear of this life skill teacher. And we waste the active periods of Shani on making rounds of the so-called Pandits. And we spend huge sums of money on either making others pray for our destiny or buying unnecessary remedial tools. Please understand that the results a planet eventually gives are hugely dependent on our self-will and our choices. Our Purusharth, because of the 84 lakh yonis, it is only in this yoni or the birth as a human being that we are blessed with the power to make choices. With Purusharth. To understand Saturn, it is first necessary to not just understand but believe that we carve our own destiny. Saturn's placement in the horoscope indicates the settling of our collected past karma or the Sanchit karmas. A well-placed, exalted Saturn is a kingmaker and it ensures good fortune and a steep rise in life. But arrogance and ego, a result of too much success, can bring us down in the future. So tread with humility during the periods of Saturn and most importantly gratitude on the road to success. A 12th house Saturn helps us grow through meditation, but also huge amount of money is spent on rituals. The 8th, 9th and 11th house Saturn is found for those of us who are on the way to freedom from the cycle of life and death. Destiny settles lots of pending karmic baggage. Hence it is not easy. In fact, it is a tough journey. Destiny wants to empower us through these learning cycles of Saturn to work on our spiritual practice and growth so that we can connect with ourselves through the mental purity we attain as a result of these practices. Once we embark upward on this journey, it is easy to feel the grace and remain calm even though through the slow but trying periods, unaffected, detached, internally and externally. Also, self-done remedies and prayers work best because it is our baggage, our responsibility, our settlement. If we choose to pray to Saturn, so be it, because it is through these many forms of the Lord that we eventually reach Him and Him alone. as the Lord assures us in chapter 10 of the Bhagavad Gita. Praying to Hanumanji allays the initial fears of Saturn, because the initial periods of Saturn are slow and trying, and because it happens to be the slowest of all planets. You will notice that in every Shani temple is a Hanuman idol, or which is directly placed facing the Shani Dev, and it is because Hanuman only saved Saturn from Ravan's hold, and Saturn promised Hanuman easy release of his bhaktas from karmic entanglements. The color of Shani is black, and donating black dal, mustard oil, coconuts, umbrellas, blankets, towels and leather goods can increase the weight of good karma on the weighing scale of karmic balance. Chanting the Mahamrityunjaya or the Laghu Mrityunjaya mantras can help ease the mental questionings and fears that arise around this planet. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urva Rukumeva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyam Mamritat. Or the Bij mantra or the Laghu Mrityunjaya mantra, which is extremely effective and powerful for sansari humans like you and me. Om Hom Jum Saha, Om Hom Jum Saha, Om Hom Jum Saha, Om Hom Jum Saha. Hari Om, Om Tat Sat.